Welcome back. We're in the streets of Trois-Rivières in Quebec, Canada. Hilltop Circuit here, a great sports complex, and the fans come here in droves every summer for the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières. With Elliott Forbes Robinson, Todd Lewis on pit road, I'm Rick Benjamin. Lap starting to wind down now in the Playboy Mazda MX-5 Cup. Todd Burris from Melbourne, Florida, one of the Hoover Speed entries, the pancreaticcure.org machine. Elliott, I wonder if he's getting a little frustrated. He has not been able to reel in the race leader.
Well, you know, at the beginning of the race, he had a hard time getting by Malkasian. He got by him. He's gapped him pretty good. But, you know, Eric Foss is out there not making any mistakes, getting through traffic well. Burris is doing an excellent job. It's just tough getting up there. It looks like he's caught Foss just a little bit, but not enough to catch him by the end of the race.
About half the straightaway here as they head toward turn 6 at Trois-Rivières, moving by one of the slower cars. Burris now turning into that left-hander. This is a very interesting part of this racetrack. You've got a couple of quick lefts, rights, lefts, and then back onto that front straightaway right around pit road.
It is, and it's a tough section because as you come out of this left-hander here, you have to get all the way back over to the left hand again to take this right-hander, which actually puts you on a little bit of a straight. And as you go down the straight, it's important to get down the start-finish straight quite well.
And then you've got that 90-degree right at the end of this pretty short front stretch, and that's where your brakes really come into play. You've talked a lot about brake fade here today. You've got to make sure you can get around because it's a little bit off camber there.
Well, it is. It's actually a reasonably quick corner, and so is turn 2. But as soon as you come down there, you're coming down towards the arch, downhill at quite a great speed, and it is a slow corner, which has great consequences if you're too fast for it.
Burris started in third spot. He got around Malkasian pretty quickly, who started on the front row. Malkasian's hung on to third meantime as we work lap 23. 22 complete. Running order top of your screen. Keep track of where your favorite driver sits right now. McKellian still 8th. Lott still 9th. They've had a battle going on. And Jim Jordan, one of our old friends, in 10th position in that 32. His first start of the season. Not a bad first outing by any means. Shannon McMaster there, 14th in that 54 car. Got into the wall at the end of turn 1 earlier in that 3-car scramble. Right now, everything's settled down. Everybody pretty much running by themselves, trying to put laps on the board and stay out of trouble here as we get close to the checkered flag today at Trois-Rivières.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got Williams in the pits. He was running 12th, and looks like they're not working on the car, so they must have some serious problem.
No, you can see Williams there taking his gloves off and unbuckling. Meantime, another car dives for pit road, part of a battle for position. How about it, Todd Lewis? What's the situation down there?
That's the 70 car of Eliban Goulart, whose day gets worse. He is getting a drive-through penalty at this late stage of the race. That's really going to hurt him further. Dropped back from that 4th starting spot on the grid and has had a rough afternoon.
Boy, driving through the pits is always terrible, especially when you're running so hard for a position. You're going to lose 4 or 5 positions at that time. Looks like Eric Foss is actually stretching his lead now over Burris.
Yeah, absolutely. He's adding to it lap by lap here. And when Eliban Goulart went to pit road a few moments ago for that drive-through penalty, he was running 6th, so that was a pretty costly incident for him as well. This Autobarn machine, Elliott, I don't think he's had any problems. He's not put a wheel wrong all day.
No, he's done an excellent job, and you know, it's so tough driving a track like this and not making mistakes. Oh my gosh, Rampelberg's off.
Brad Rampelberg's Hoover Speed machine, one of the Patron Tequila cars, into the tire barrier here. Now, this is along the entrance to the front straightaway. Some pretty heavy damage on the left front corner of that car.
You know, it's amazing. That's not that fast a corner, and looks like he went just absolutely straight and right into the tires.
Looks like some water has come out either of the race car or from the tires there, and the safety workers signaling he can't fire the car and move it. So they're going to have to get the hook. This will be at least a local caution here at Trois-Rivières as the laps wind down. Rampelberg, a guy who was certainly hoping for a podium. 3rd in points coming in. This damages his championship hopes quite a bit.
Boy, it certainly does. DNF is just an awful thing to have when you're running for a championship, and it's a strange place to go in.
Right behind one of the pit areas here. Foss continues to lead. Todd Lewis, what happened down there to Brad Rampelberg?
The number 14 driver, Brad Rampelberg, climbing out of that car after a hard hit up against the pit wall. He actually grazed the wall on the opposite side of the track. Fellas sent him right across hard into the wall and the tire barrier, but he is climbing out and looks to be all right.
Yeah, I can certainly understand that. When you hit a wall at a street track, I've done it myself, you touch the one side wall and you cannot turn for the next corner and you go straight. Oh my gosh, a full course caution.
Yeah, we thought it'd be just a local yellow, a one-car incident, but officials decide to put out the full course caution with 25 laps complete here at Trois-Rivières. Foss, Burris, and now Malkasian still your top 3.